the Philippine National Police nag-imbestiga ng maayos. Okay? And so, we are now, the pieces of evidence that were gathered shows that a case can be prosecuted under Republic Act, the anti-hazing law. Okay, so yun ang recommendation natin. In the conduct of investigation, of course, una-una muna nakikiramay tayo sa pagkamatay ng dalawa, lalong-lalo na sa mga kaanak na actually nilibing na the other day o kahapon. Of course, so this is a action of the Philippine National Police such that katulad ng sinabi ng ating SILG, so that justice be done. Okay. The police had been active in the investigation such that almost 20 days and a lot of resources had been poured into this activity, especially the investigation. No? In fact, the provincial director of Aurora Province was relieved immediately after making statement and or concluding already that there's no cover-up or there's no walang nangyari na hindi maganda or foul play in that fateful day of June 8. Okay? Dapat inimbestigahan lahat. Okay? Whether there were negligence on the part of who planned or who participated in those activities. So, this is now the result of this investigation. So, we have a thorough investigation. We have found out, we accounted who were responsible, who planned, who participated, even the neophytes or the players and the schools. And even prior to the incident and even years before the incident, kaya tignan nyo, ano ba yung mga nangyari before? We have a statement or testimonies what happened before, in 2016. May nagsabi na they were subjected to swimming. Hindi naman sila marunong maglangoy. And so, the Philippine National Police nag-imbestiga ng maayos. Okay? And so, we are now, the pieces of evidence that were gathered shows that a case can be prosecuted under Republic Act, the anti-hazing law. Okay, so yun ang recommendation natin. Whether there was death, whether kasi pagka may death, ang isa sa kaso lang diyan is it's either homicide or murder. We are recommending to be the suspects or respondents to be prosecuted under Republic Act or anti-hazing law because we found out that there is an act of maltreatment or hazing and initiation. And then therefore, they should be tried under anti-hazing law. And ang ini-implement natin dito or tinatry natin dito is we would like to deter the conduct of hazing or maltreatment. Yan ang ginagawa ng Philippine National Police, especially if I will mention two incidents. That is, when I was the regional director of 4A, meron po tayong hazing or maltreatment, hazing na nangyari doon. Particularly the Salilig case. At tinutukan natin doon. Even our SILG was the governor of Cavite then. Okay? Napakalaki ng tulong ng local government noon. Lalong-lalo na in finding the cadaver or corpus delicti nung insidente na yon. And we have fully accounted those culprits at actually been convicted. So matter of 2 years for your information, sir. And recently, last third quarter of last year or last quarter of last year, 2025, another fraternity ay nagkandak na naman ng hazing.
Sir,
At na-solve natin yon. And the difference between this, no, the hazing, the usual, nagpapadel, yung minention ko rin dalawa. This one is may namatay but they were drowned. But
They
the reason
yeah,
there
yeah, okay, go ahead.
is they endanger the life of these students.
So, sir,
Yes, sir.
just a clarification. So, dun sa mga activities po na nangyari, malinaw na hindi naman sila sinaktan. They were just subjected to harsh conditions and
Yes.
yung psychological activities that contributed to the drowning.
Hindi sila sinaktan, ngunit dinala sila sa mapanganib na lugar kung saan nangyari lahat na to. In
Okay.
the elements of the anti-hazing law, it does exposure to weather and forced calisthenics were one of them. And because of the calisthenics and the exposure to weather, it resulted into the drowning of 2 individuals.
Because some lawyers, Secretary, are saying that it may be difficult to prove that merely subjecting someone to harsh conditions or weather conditions constitute a violation of the Anti-Hazing Act. So how confident are you that the evidence that you've gathered or by the CIDG is sufficient to establish that the element of the offense was really committed and that you will be able to secure a conviction for those charged?
Number one, we have over 620 pages of testimony, all which corroborate to the fact that they were subjected to extreme weather and extreme conditions which resulted in death. That's number one. Number two, it is only the recommendation of the CIDG as the complainant of this case, but the final arbiter of what they will be charged with will be the Department of Justice. This is just our recommendation.
Sir, matanong ko lang, kasi in your previous statement, you noted some inconsistencies in the accounts. So, may malinaw ba na ebidensya na merong tangkang pagtatago ng impormasyon, maling salaysay, at pagtatangkang ilihis yung investigasyon ninyo? And also, can I just ask, Secretary, if under the virtue of command responsibility, will the heads of Ateneo not be charged as well? Dahil kahit na posibleng hindi nila alam yung nangyari, by virtue of command responsibility, dapat
I'll answer the
alam
first
nila.
part. Okay. Yung una, nung tinanong namin si Tab Baldwin kung may nangyari ng ganton dati na muntik malunod, sabi niya wala. In his words in English, and we can provide the transcript. I do not recall. There was never any incident that this ever occurred. However, his former players testified that they nearly drowned. So that in itself shows a great inconsistency. Pagdating sa Ateneo, Brian, when it comes to Ateneo, there is a concept of loco parentis which might be explored by the Department of Justice. But that requires a deeper investigation into the law. We are just looking into the criminal aspect. But definitely there will be civil liabilities of the Ateneo de Manila because of the deaths of the 2 individuals.